Alright. This is a me in the eyes of my partner reading for Cancer the Crab. There's 4 cards. It should be relatively free and easy. Hopefully. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But we'll see. Um, so let's start off with the first card, which is his, her, their general impression of you. Um, we have the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse is benevolent man, but immature and ineffective, given to petty emotional outbursts and extreme repetitive games or gains. Confusing to those who don't know him very well. So you might kind of have that Nickelodeon, Disney type personality characteristic where you kind of are pouty, bratty, twit, um, for no fucking reason. Um, but yeah, some people may find it enduring. People like that usually annoy the hell out of me. But yeah, it's just a difference of opinion, I guess. I've dealt with a couple people in the past couple days that have been immature, so I'm hot under the collar about smacking somebody in the face. But yeah, so I don't like any crazy formality, but like a little bit of formality, fine. We're not taking it to the circus. Like one joke, we're good. Let's go. Like don't look at me again, type of thing. I'm just, you know, I have depression and PTSD. If you talk to me for too long, I panic and then I might keel over and die. Don't get me crazy. So loud noises make me triggered. So don't. If I see an ambulance, I might jump in. Anyway, so number two. Number two, we have what annoys them. We have the tower in reverse. Here we go. The tower in reverse. Too much stability, a continuation of an old or bad ways, sloth, bad situation that won't change, imprisonment. So your person might not like to be imprisoned or feel contained, which is understandable. I feel like with cancers, they're like, some of them are introverts and some of them are extroverts. With me, I'm an extrovert on low energy most of the time. People think I have parasitic qualities, but I assure you I don't. It's just I've never been one to be like overly popular or whatever, or overly interested in other people. But anyway, I just feel like your person doesn't like to be trapped in a situation. They might be one of these people that likes to go out in public and shit. But yeah, it's not all bad. It's not all good. Some people are dipshits and some people are fine. But like I've gone through all the dipshits. Like I'm you know an inside joke's an inside joke. We're not gonna dwell on it. But it's just you have to occupy your time with something else instead of being immature about things. Immaturity takes up too much time. Um, where my mind is already gone to something else. It's that type of thing. With cancers and a lot of other signs, I can't entertain the idea. Like I can't get into a, a Taurus conversation without personally preparing self. I can't get into a relationship or constellation with certain Sagittariuses because it's too much. It's too much energy to even dwell on anything. So it really depends on situation and if I can mentally think about it. So I feel like your person might be one of these people that's an extrovert. They want to be out in public. They want to be seen attention wise and all this. It's overrated. But anyway, I feel like that's them, and you might not be one of those people that likes to be in public all the time. Maybe you're, you know, recognizable, or people like your energy. Um, damn energy vampires. So there's that. Anyway, number 3, what he, she, them like about you the most. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. Oh, that's lovely to have in reverse. So burning out on pleasure, excessive in the recreation, inability to find new diversions, um, decadence, loss of respect, delay, uh, malicious exploitation. Ugh. So, I guess they like it when you exploit yourself or expose yourself. Um, that's concerning, but yeah, I don't know. It's that's like fuckboy energy. I can't get over that. To me, it's fuckboy energy. To other people, it might be playgirl, playboy, play, whatever the fuck energy. I find it as fuckboy energy. Very, very disturbing energy. Anyway, number 4 is advice. So we have the Ten of Cups. Um, the Ten of Cups in reverse is bad decisions, but also a liberty that comes from them. Opposition, disputes, difficulties, a false sense of security or freedom. So I feel like you might kind of be the rat in the cage and you believe that you're free when you're not. Like, I watched a documentary that talked about the human mind and how certain things, if somebody says it enough times, you buy into it. Like the Truman story, he bought into the fact that he was living in a town that was by the water. All these people were not actors; they were real people. But yeah, it's kind of like that. But you're buying into what people tell you to think. Might not be what you originally wanted to do, but since other people told you to do that, you do it. And you think you're free. But with freedom comes great responsibility. But but you have to feel like you're not being judged. I think that's the biggest freedom, like not being judged. But that's very hard in this day and age. Everybody's kind of had they people have boundaries and people have their own insecurities and they have like other things going on. But it's like if you really want to be free, it has to be in a situation where you don't feel judged, and that's the only time you actually feel free. Um, so you kind of have to get into like healthy standards. I feel like you might being like either a toxic frame of mind or you're buying into the birdcage scenario, which is not good. The birdcage scenario is that you're allowing the cage to destroy you before you destroy it. But yeah, isn't that punk rock? Anyway, so anyway, anyway, just be mindful of how you feel about certain issues with your partner. I feel like you're in a relationship that feels trapped, but you're buying into the fact that it's not claustrophobically trapped. Like, if you don't feel like expressing yourself or you feel like you have to be somebody else, that is a toxic relationship. Um, if you're free to express yourself and be yourself, you tend to have the freedom to grow as a person, and you don't feel like you're stuck in being a certain age. Like, you know, oh, mommy makes the rules and, I just have to follow them, or daddy makes the rules and I have to follow them. You're your own person, but you're in a relationship with somebody else who's their own person. But they try to live up to your standards and you try to live up to their standards. But, it's a compromise. It's not anybody's trying to change anybody. But yeah, I feel like you might be in one of those, if mommy says, you can't do that, you can't do that. So you kind of get into an immaturity cycle where you think it's normal to act and react to certain things like that. There's nothing wrong with being immature in some points. I myself have kind of a boundary on that because I've dealt with too many people that are immature. But there's certain times where you just need it to blow off steam and just be a child again. But not every time. There's a time and place. But if you feel constantly like you're not you're not running your own life, that's a bit of a problem, and that you can't grow and be your own person, that's a bit of a problem. And if you feel like you're walking on eggshells or avoiding a conversation with somebody, that is a toxic relationship, and that could be a problem later down the road. It leads to fights, disagreements, broken things, and it could also um, kind of give you a realization about the relationship when something that's actually valuable breaks. That is a family heirloom. I speak from experience. So there's that type of thing. So just be aware. So Cancer, just be aware of how you feel and how people may perceive your relationship with this person. Just if you don't feel okay in a situation, you need to get out. That's a growing pain, but a lot of people do it. I've done it a couple times. I had to get out of abusive relationships and things to that nature. But you can do it. You might have to rebuild, or you might have to take time to reevaluate your situation and where you want to be. But it takes a long time to rebuild your self esteem after you've been in a toxic relationship that, you know, stunts your growth, as they say. It's, it's hard. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Take care of yourself, take care of everyone. And I'll see you probably tomorrow because, of course, I will. Anyway, later.